Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and he's Dax O'Ryan. Say hi, Dax.
Hello, Dax.
How you doing, Dax?
I'm a little good. I'm a little bad, but a little good.
It's Tuesday, Dax, I think.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I
it's
usually
Tuesday.
have Tuesdays off, but I had to work this Tuesday.
You have to work today?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't have to work till like 4 p.m. my time, so I got a while.
So you can get a nap in before then.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday, now that I'm sure of the date. I hope you're having a better day than CNN did. I don't know if you saw this, Dax. Somebody made a horrible video about them.
Did they?
Yeah, and I'm not sure I should share this because it's so horribly violent. But this is it. This is the video that everybody has been talking about. That
Don't do it. It's too terrible.
oh no, this is graphic.
No.
Graphic violence is what I've been told.
My eyes.
He literally just shot fake news. He shot fake news. And by the way, that's not really Donald Trump. I don't know if anybody told CNN this.
That's not Donald Trump?
That's not really Donald Trump.
But it looks just like him. And I've seen people with like circles for faces everywhere. I mean, it's real.
This is the kind of stuff that is causing horrible violence in our country because somebody made a fucking video. God, Dax, when I first saw this yesterday morning, I thought maybe, people dressed up like Trump and had people dress up like, Wolf Blitzer or something. And the fake Trump was shooting Wolf Blitzer, in which case I was like, oh, that's not cool. But then I saw it was another one of these head replacement things. I'm like, are you guys for fucking real? Because CNN got their panties in a bunch over this, man.
Yes, they did.
They were all like, I cannot believe that this is some horrible shit. How dare you?
Yes, Bubba Hotep, it is a Kingsman movie, one of my favorite movies.
It is, yes, it's the Kingsman movie.
And I love that scene in particular.
This is what CNN released. This was their statement. Sadly, this is not the first time that supporters of the president have promoted violence against the media in a video they apparently find entertaining, but it is by far and away the worst. The images depicted are vile and horrific. The president and his family, the White House, and the Trump campaign need to denounce it immediately in the strongest possible terms. Anything less equates to a tactic endorsement of violence and should not be tolerated by anyone. You know what this makes me want to do?
Dance in the streets.
Well, sure, there's that. This makes me want to get a homosexual pornographic movie where men are engaged in doggy style sex and put CNN's face on the front one, or the little CNN logo, and Donald's face on the back one, and see if they come out and go, the president needs to come out and denounce gay butt fucking. Shit, we're only 4 minutes in. I should have saved that for later.
Yeah, you dropped an F-bomb. I'm like, well, that was lost.
We're 4 minutes in and already got to gay butt fucking. Well, there you go.
I was
Welcome
good.
To Monkey in the Morning.
I was good because Circus told me to be good, so I was good.
But since we're there already, I mean, why not do something like that? What are they going to do? They'll have to come out and denounce homosexuality. You think they'd do that, or they'd just be like, no, it's okay that Donald's fucking us?
I don't think they'd put the effort into making a response to it, because then they'd have to be back into that corner that they know they can't get out of.
And I think it would be great. I want
to see it happen, though.
I know, right? I wonder if Carl Benjamin has any gay porn left over.
I don't think I've ever talked to him directly.
Me neither. I've never been in direct communication, but he did have all the gay porn that he was sending, the interracial gay porn that he was sending to the alt-right.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. And on the one hand, it's hilarious. On the other hand, it's
Hey,
hilariously stupid.
according to Twitter's own rules, there's nothing wrong with it. So there you go.
Right? There's nothing to say that you can't send unsolicited dick pics.
The only thing you can kind of get in trouble for is maybe harassment, but the actual sending of it, the actual images, there was nothing wrong with Facebook or Twitter announced. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with porn on their site.
I think you can send one, and after that, they can constitute it as harassment.
Yeah, but if you want to fill your feed with it, there's nothing wrong with it.
Granted, I don't, which is why I'm not going to do this. But
Well, I mean, there's people do it with straight porn as well, and yeah, I get tagged in that sometimes. And by the way, guys, if you tag me in actual porn, I mute you so that it's not on my list. Because if I want to see porn, I'll just go watch my own porn.
Delicious.
Indeed, right?
Everybody likes their own brand.
How the stream has just started. Oh, walked into hearing about gay butt stuff. How the stream just started. Well, because you're on Monkey in the Morning. That's how. When you come to Monkey in the Morning, you're likely to hear something like that.
It'll either start or end with it. So
indeed. So CNN had a horrible day. They spent all day scared because this video was made, and they had to get extra security and some pearls to clutch, and some Kool-Aid, and some biscuits, and some puppies, and some crayons.
All but one of those items are a euphemism for some sort of deviant sexual act that I'm sure that they would have to come out in favor for, but would never do in real life.
Nut says Monkey has porn tapes. That's not what I said. I said I'd watch my own porn. I would go to the Christian Science Monitor to see what was playing that day. Do I have porn tapes? No. I used to.
He has porn holograms.
We moved on. I mean, they have DVD now.
Yeah, eventually they'll have real feel VR.
I'm sure. Yeah, they'll get around to it. Let's see. Speaking of CNN, they wrote an article because the debate is tonight.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yes. So the what is this? The fourth debate for the Democrats is tonight, where 12 people will be on stage. 12 people at once, because that won't get what's the word I'm looking for here? Distracting. Everybody will get lots of time to talk and answer questions, I'm sure, because that's happened so far with the only 10 on stage.
Yeah.
But CNN has told us that they have an article, 3 questions every candidate should answer at the debate. This is written to us by Fatima Goss Graves.
The question is whether no. If they don't have the question, do you or do you not like anal? I don't want to hear them.
Oh, it's not that. No.
Yes, I'll listen then. I don't know.
Miss Graves is the president and CEO of the National Women's Law Center.
Even better. That's just like anal.
So this is how the story goes. The headlines and protest signs tell a unified story. This is an extraordinary time for women in this country. Everywhere they are leading the charge. In the 2018 midterm elections, women won a record number of seats in Congress, with a total of 127 women now serving in the House and Senate. It's also remarkable that 5 Democratic women are currently in the presidential race. Women continue to march, vote, and run for office in unprecedented numbers. And once again, women will play a pivotal role in determining who wins the presidency in 2020. Here's the thing, Fatima. They have for quite a while, because they are the overwhelming number of voters. And by the way, they are the majority of the country. They just are. That's just fact. If you don't like the men who are being elected for whatever seat position you're talking about, you can blame women because it's their fault. They're the ones who elect people. Good job, women. Hashtag common sense white women control. Reform. God damn it. Reform.
Repeal the 14th.
Yet in last month's Democratic primary debate, moderators asked over 40 questions. and made no mention of abortion, reproductive rights, childcare, or the gender wage gap.
Safe.
Absent too were any questions about sexual harassment, which is all the more shocking given the 2-year anniversary of the virality. I think it's supposed to be virality of the Me Too movement this fall. So why did the primary debate bypass several issues that are central to women's lives? Well, Fatima, I can answer that for you. Every one of those issues is a loser for the Democrats. They were actually trying to help you by not asking about those things, because that's just how it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be helping you because, I mean, CNN really wants you guys to get elected. With multiple states racing to ban abortions, women dominating the lowest paid fields, childcare costs rising, and sexual harassment continuing largely unchecked across industries. This is not the time for moderators to draw from a stale playbook. The policy priorities that often condescendingly try that again. The policy priorities that are often condescendingly labeled women's issues are not niche concerns. No, they're not niche concerns. They're just not popular, you stupid bitch. Do you understand? Abortion is a loser for Democrats. It just is. It is.
You can't win the conservative vote with that being your talking point.
So here's her 3 questions. Do you think every person in the U.S. should be able to access abortion care no matter where they live or the money they make?
No.
Every person. Even the dudes?
Can I take that money and apply it to something else?
No, you still have to kill a baby with it.
Damn, well, I'm out.
You can use it to buy hangers.
I could use a new hanger.
Or a vacuum.
I got a new vacuum, though, so I can't say legitimately I need a vacuum. I could use a dustbuster, though. Would that count?
Yeah, that's a vacuum. Hi, Jack.
Right.
How's it going?
Good. How you guys doing?
Talking about abortion. Hi.
Awesome.
Well, not exactly about abortion.
This
kind of about abortion.
Yes.
So, Jack, we're reading an article that this woman says these are 3 questions that have to be asked at the debate, or should be asked at the debate. And the first one is, do you think every person in the U.S. should be able to access birth or abortion care? And I love the part, no matter where they live or the money they make. So what she's actually talking, she meant to say every woman. But she's stupid.
Well,
but that last part is why this is a losing question for you, sweetheart. If you make those candidates suggest that abortion should be paid for by the public, you're going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
That is not something the majority of the public supports.
No, but
next. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They don't get out of their insular bubbles to realize that.
Well, that's true as well. You just waking up, Jack?
No, I've been up for a while.
Oh, you sound kind of quiet.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just, sometimes when you're first waking up, you're just a little quiet. So I'm making sure. Did you have a good day, sir?
50-50.
So about like CNN's day.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm happier than CNN. They're all miserable cunts.
Well, we're always happy here. I mean, we don't want anything bad to happen to us.
That's right.
Hashtag not sad.
Not sad.
Not sad.
Also, Ryan, that's dark, by the way. He says, here's the solution. We keep abortion, but can only be performed by a firearm.
Oof. Question 2. What will you do to make sure that all families have access to affordable, high-quality childcare?
They get a second job.
How about mom or dad, whichever, stay home while the other one works 3 jobs?
Oh, hate fact.
Hate fact. Look, guys, it is not my responsibility to raise your kids. Anyway.
If it is, then I get to feed them whatever I want, by the way. And they get to watch as much porn as I say is legal. Don't watch me watching your kids.
Evil One says, "Stop having kids you can't afford." Now that you're not allowed to tell people that.
No, because
Yeah,
you're telling them how to live their lives, Evil. Don't do that. That's shame on you.
That's too smart. You know, they need dumb answers.
And finally, what will you do to address sexual harassment and make workplaces safe and fair for all workers?
Shut up, slut.
In June, the National Law Center commissioned a bipartisan poll about workplace sexual harassment.
Poll.
The findings are clear-cut. 2/3 of voters, regardless of gender and party, want lawmakers to change the law to better prevent and address workplace sexual harassment. For an overwhelming majority of voters, sexual harassment legislation is a priority. Now, never once in, I think, my entire lifetime have I ever heard of sexual harassment legislation being a priority for voters.
Nor even close to majority.
I ain't never heard about this. But she does go on to say it's hard to not to understand. It's not hard to understand why, because of the Me Too movement, which again largely was nonsense. Even the majority of the allegations against Weinstein are bullshit.
Mm.
They're not charges of anything other than, well, a quid pro quo of sorts. Suck it if you want a job. That you don't have to suck it, sweetie.
Yeah.
You can go back to waitressing. But anyway, yeah, so that's what CNN thinks needs to be asked of the candidates. I don't think abortion will be brought up on the stage tonight. In fact, I'm pretty sure it won't be. Because again, guys, the DNC does not want to lose this race, and abortion's not a winner for them. You might get them to bring up the child care thing because fuck, Elizabeth Warren will just say, "Hey, well, I'll throw $1 trillion at that," because apparently Elizabeth Warren has more money than God.
Maybe she is God.
She just spends money like him.
Man, that woman, oof. You could probably get her to go on record as, "Yeah, we'll pay all your child care bills." And as for the sexual harassment, what are you going to do? What kind of law can you write that's going to prevent sexual harassment? One, don't you have to first define what exactly sexual harassment is?
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Mage, thank you so much. Why can't parents take care of their own kids? Look, there's times that I do understand, a situation comes up. So again, I'm all for a safety net kind of thing. I'm not for us raising your kids. I never have been. It's up to you. And if you are on the safety net, then you're supposed to be working to get off of it, not just going, "Hey, well, this is quite the lifestyle."
Thank you, goddamn welfare suckers.
I'm not saying that. Fuck, I don't understand how you could feel fine on that lifestyle. Don't you want to achieve more? But even if you don't, here's the thing: it's not my responsibility to raise your kids. That's just factual. Shrouded Angel, thank you so much over on the Streamlabs. I'm sorry I didn't have this open, but donation with no message. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jack.
Oh, no, I've cut you off. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like I'm yelling. Like there's an echo in my room. Like it's not
Nah, you're all right.
It just sounds funny to me. But Monk, it takes a village to raise a kid. Don't get me started on that shit.
We don't even use traditional babysitters anymore. If it were a village thing, it'd be even remotely the same. You'd still have regular babysitters instead of all these daycares that are everywhere that you have to send your kid to.
Well, what they want is basically that. They want government-sponsored childcare, which would have to end up being that. No. And plus, even with that, you can't guarantee it's going to be quality. How many times have we seen these fucking videos from places like this where somebody's beating a kid?
Yeah.
I saw one recently where this one had taken like a less than 2-year-old into the crib area, tossed the baby in there, smacked it once, grabbed a blanket, threw it on top of it, walked out for about 2 seconds, came back in, and then picked it up by the arm and dragged it out. I wanted nothing but to murder that person.
Oh, look, Yufio's here to misquote me. I suppose you'll be doing that all night. So enjoy yourself. Lying seems to be what you're best at, so knock yourself out.
Did I miss something?
Oh, he's just been
Contrarian?
well, no, he likes to come in and lie about things that are said and then pretend and then argue against it, which is awesome. Oh man, this woman I wanted to she protected her tweets.
The shame. I mean, the braveness.
This woman, she tweeted out today, and I don't have the entire tweet here anymore. But the basic concept of her tweet is that you can be an agnostic or an atheist Christian.
That word.
Yeah, I need more info on that one.
Well, she didn't exactly say. She went on to explain that you don't have to be Christian, or being agnostic or atheist doesn't preclude you from being, basically repeating what she said in slightly different wording. And there was a tweet thread to it, and I was going to read through it, but she's protected her tweets.
So if you believe that Jesus was the Son of God, a God that doesn't exist, no, I can't square that circle.
You can't. No, there's no way to say you can be atheist and Christian. It doesn't work.
No, agnostic, maybe, I guess. Like, okay, that's possible. I don't know. This is stupid. Why are people so dumb?
You could, I suppose, be a Christian leaning agnostic, but truly agnostic, no, because you have to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
And Christianity requires belief.
Yeah.
So no, this is a woman who is trying to be the most inclusive person ever, apparently. I can be a Christian atheist. How the fuck? I'm sad now that I can't read the whole thing. I was oh well.
Sorry, man.
Well, these things happen. I mean, you never know when you're going to have to actually take a screenshot, whether somebody will lock down their shit. Look, you deserve a lot of shit if you're dumb enough to say in public that you can be an agnostic or atheist Christian. You deserve all the shit you're about to get, because that's fucking retarded. It's literally not possible. The terms don't go together. Thank you, Frank Hubbard, who says, probably saying living a Christian lifestyle, even if you don't believe, like a lot of Jewish Americans. No. That she was expressly not saying that. That you can literally be atheist and Christian. Now, I'm guessing she just didn't know what atheist meant. And maybe you're right in what she was kind of trying to say. Like maybe you can be a non-practicing Christian is what she kind of meant to say. Maybe. Or more likely what she was trying to say is you can still be a good person and not be Christian. But saying you can be atheist or agnostic and Christian, no.
Oh, real quick, I didn't notice, but Shrouded Angel, she sent me some Dosh too with no message. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, guys, don't forget the folks that you see here. We are all brought to you by you. So if you enjoy what you're seeing, please consider liking, sharing. Well, don't like, because YouTube is broke as fuck again.
Yes,
and likes probably aren't working. We've heard that if you like it on your phone, it'll stick. I haven't tested that myself. But anyway, share, and if you can, toss some financial support behind the gentleman here.
It helps get me Skittles, and I love my Skittles.
Andrew Yang had a tweet today that was kind of interesting.
I don't follow him, so you're going to have to tell me about this one.
I don't either. Somebody else had tweeted it out, and who was it? Steven Crowder actually tweeted out, said, you're the most I forgot the exact thing. He was being kind to Andrew Yang because of this tweet. So yesterday, an expose came out about Facebook, about Mark Zuckerberg.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Zuckerberg has been meeting in secret publicly with Republicans.
The scandal.
Does he just walk up to him with a sign that says blocked?
Apparently, no. Well, apparently he's
throws
had
a big
dinners.
big black rug on him and goes shadow ban.
Yes. No, he's had dinners with people like Tucker Carlson and who was the other one they specifically named? Lindsey Graham at his homes in California. At his homes in California. And some liberal rag made a big old deal about it today. And so the hashtag cancel Facebook was trending for quite a while today. It may still be for all I fucking know. I think the football games knocked it out. Oh, and there was an earthquake. We should probably talk about that later too. Anyway, so you have this hashtag cancel Facebook because, oh my God, he dared talk to Republicans. What a shitbag.
Yeah. We should all cancel our accounts. Oh, wait.
Well, yeah, but it's funny though. None of them were like cancel Instagram, who, by the way, is also owned by Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook company.
Yeah, don't they own like Snapchat or something too?
I think they own another one. Yeah, they own a few. But hey, look, I'm an influencer, and I'm not going to get rid of that. Yeah, it's hard to influence people on Facebook. It's much easier to do it over on the Instagram. So Andrew Yang tweeted this out. Mark Zuckerberg, or anyone, meeting with Americans of different political ideologies and backgrounds is a good thing. Well, yeah. Why does that need said out loud? I mean, is that where we're at? Don't talk to, well, we already know that's where we're at. Don't talk to anybody who disagrees with you.
Nothing can be gained from human communication.
Oh my God. Well, there's also there's a big hubbub because of the Donald Trump ad that was allowed to stay on Facebook, even though it was a lie. It wasn't technically a lie.
Didn't Warren do the same thing? See if she could put up something false, even though she knew it was false.
I don't know.
I swear I heard that somewhere.
Perhaps no, but Donald Trump's campaign, they had an ad out there about Biden and his son, and it wasn't exactly a lie. Everybody's like, it's proven false. It's not proven false. There's part of it. I'm trying to remember specifically, but there's a part of it that makes it sound like Hunter should have been or did something bad, and that's never been proven. So therefore, it's a lie. Some stupid shit like that. And a whole bunch of liberals lost their minds over it because, of course, they did. And Facebook was like, "We're not taking it down because we're not in the business of telling politicians that they have to have truthful ads or something like that." Is their basic stance. They're not going to fact check ads from politicians.
That's not really their job, is it?
Oh no. And
what's the problem here?
If Biden would like to counteract what was said, go ahead and make your own video or commercial and put it up there. I don't really care. I just think it's funny how pissy liberals get when somebody meets with a Republican, they get all bent out of shape, get their panties up in a knot.
Well, you're meeting with the enemy.
How dare you betrayer?
And I'm wondering if Yang's only question tomorrow will be like, why do you like Mark Zuckerberg? Because, he only gets like one question each show.
I want to like him more, but he's just so silly stupid. I don't know. It's something about him. He's like a teddy bear with a missing eye.
I don't hate Andrew Yang. I think he's a commie.
Yeah.
He seems like this is more of a vanity thing for him than anything else. I have trouble taking him seriously.
That's why I call him a teddy bear. I can't take him seriously.
Cirque says Facebook does not own Snapchat. Well, there you go.
Good times.
What's the Instagram one? InstaChat to piss off Democrats because you're not allowed to disagree with people. You're certainly not allowed to talk to people you disagree with. What you're supposed to do is punch them as they walk by you. Did you guys Chatterbait? Thank you, evil one.
Awesome.
So for all the shit that CNN was talking today about that video, right? Did you guys see the video of the woman who got punched walking out of the Trump rally?
Several times.
No.
So there was the Trump rally. I think that was the one in Minneapolis the other day.
Probably.
And of course, you had the protesters there, and people are having to be escorted out because liberals are violent shitbags. And I know I'm doing a whole lot of generalizing here. I'm doing that for me. But anyway, this guy and this girl, they're walking away from there, and he's wearing a MAGA hat, and she's got his hand, and she's walking a little bit behind him. And this chick just walks up and punches her in the face.
Yep. From behind, mind you.
Yeah, it's a side shot to her jaw. And it's like, wow. But let's pay a whole bunch. And I didn't see fuck all about that on CNN.
Oh, no, that was righteous.
Says he can't take Andrew Yang seriously. God, I hope Andrew Yang. God, I hope he doesn't take Trump seriously either, though I have no problem with Trump myself, but sheesh. What I was specifically referring to there, Zoe, was him as a candidate, because I don't think he's serious about being a candidate.
He's probably a decent guy or whatever, but I just don't see him being legitimate for the presidency.
He's probably fishing for a cabinet position or something.
Well,
maybe.
You ever see the movie Primary Colors?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Primary Colors is based on a book, Primary Colors, which is based loosely on the 1992 primary campaign.
But not on the color wheel? That makes no sense.
Not on the color wheel at all. There's a part in that book where they're talking about the candidates and how one of them, to them, it just seems like a joke. He's like, can you believe we're actually running for president? And I forget which candidate that was based on, but that's how I see Yang. Like I imagine him like walking up to, say, Klobuchar and going, can you believe we're actually doing this shit? I don't take him seriously as a candidate. I don't think he actually wants to win. I think it's a joke. For him, it's just a joke. And that's what I mean by not taking him serious. As for taking Trump serious, I took him serious as a candidate. He meant it. He meant it when he ran. For all the people who were like, he's not really running. He was really fucking running.
Maybe not at first, but he definitely went in there.
Oh, no, I believe wholeheartedly from the beginning he was. And
really? I always thought it was kind of let's see how far I can get, and if I lose, big deal, until like about a third of the way in when he was like, all right, you pieces of shit, let's do this.
No, I don't think Donald Trump does anything with the option of losing.
Well,
he's been talking about running since the 80s.
Yeah.
If you go back to old Oprah Winfrey shows, he was talking about it.
Wasn't there talk of him running in 2012?
I think it got floated around, but
yeah. But I think there's a theory out there that because of the folks who were like, Trump can never win, stop floating that idea. Trump was like, oh, hell no. And decided to go ahead and run. And I think as soon as he entered the race, he was absolutely serious. But yeah, every time I see Yang, to him, it seems like a game to him,
Seems very
again,
flippant.
That's not very. I'm not being mean to the guy or saying he's.
No, he just seems very flippant about the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm sure the business that he runs, he's very. And he's a millionaire or billionaire. I can't remember.
Something up there.
He's got more money than all of us. So.
Yeah, combined.
Yeah.
Triple.
Which isn't hard because I have no money.
Well, there's that too.
Yes, it's a low bar.
But no.
I think he's either fishing for a cabinet position or he's going to write a book about his experience or something like that. There's some other angle he's working.
That's also possible. As far as the candidates go, I mean, compared to the others, I don't think he's a bad candidate. I just don't like all the communism coming out of the left right now.
No, he's far more approachable than at least a good third of them. But again, I don't take him as serious stock.
We often hear about, the president that people would want to have a beer with. I wouldn't mind having a beer with Andrew Yang.
Sure, why not?
I wouldn't want to have one with Biden.
No.
But Yang...
He'd probably roofie me.
You'd wake up and he'd be sniffing your hair.
Just sniffing all of your hair.
You consented, Dax. You consented.
You didn't cover your beer. This is your own fault.
Yeah, so I don't hate Yang. I'd probably fuck compared to Warren. I'd take him in a heartbeat, but it's gonna be Warren, you guys. You know that, right?
I told you.
It's gonna be Warren. They've decided.
If I remember correctly, that was my guess from day one.
See, I thought that the let's call it Indian Gate would have cost her more.
Nah, progressives don't care about actual science. Her soul is American Indian.
That's right, morally right?
Yeah, you don't have to be factually accurate.
Editor says, okay, no super chats till 9 a.m. That's very specific. That is a very specific comment. What else do we have going on today? So there's the if you guys want to see the hubbub about Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg meeting with right-wing people, there you go. Natasha Bertrand. Where's she from again? She's MSNBC and what? Politico. That's what it was. So you can check out her expose, you guys. Because wow.
I only want her exposing one thing.
Well, she's very upset. Very upset that he met with them.
Oh,
or at least shocked. How? Oh my God, no. Here's an interesting question. This is brought up by somebody I follow over on the Twitter. They tweeted out, I was always taught don't hit. My mother never actually added girls specifically, but I grew up with a single mother. My guess is this is something fathers say more often. I can't speak for fathers. However, because I am not one and I never had one, what are your thoughts, experiences on this? Genuinely curious. I actually had this conversation with my mom. I don't remember why it came up, but I said to my mom, you told me not to hit girls. And my mom's response was, I never told you that. She said, if a girl hits you, you hit her back. The rule in my house was just don't hit first. It didn't matter if you were retaliating to a man or a woman hitting you. You don't let somebody hit you.
Yeah, my dad's rule was never hit a lady, but if a bitch hits you, you knock her fucking teeth out.
Gotta love the broad language. And by broad, I mean broad.
Yeah, teach that broad lesson. And I said, there are people that you don't hit, and those are respectable people that may have slated you. But if somebody hits you, it's game on, because you don't know what they're up to.
Well, I will say this. If I was hitting a woman, I would not hit them the same way I'd hit a man.
God, no.
More likely, rather than hit them, I'd just push them on their ass. A woman walks up, like that woman who punched the girl leaving the Trump thing.
Yeah.
If that was the punch she did to me, I'd just push her down on her ass. Because I'm bigger and, well, not anymore, but bigger and stronger than she is. And it's not right to hit a woman the same way you would hit a man, because we are built different, and you can really hurt a woman.
Unless you're Ronda Rousey, in which case I'm dead.
Yeah. Well, she's going to kick all our asses at the same time. So,
and she'll look good doing it, damn it.
Yeah. I'm hoping, if Lolo Jones wants to rough me up a little, I'm game. But
it's an open invitation, ladies. Come on.
What's up, Lolo? How you doing?
Backhand calls me a sexist. Look, I can't help it.
Yeah, I'm all for equal rights, man. Some chick takes a swing at me, I'm decking her in the face. I got no qualms about it. Equal rights. And I'll say equal rights as I'm hitting her.
That's right. Equal rights, equal lefts.
I think if it came to where I actually had to trade blows, I'd like hit her in the titty.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if you're going to
bitch,
go for assault
that.
anyways, you might as well get that feeling, I guess.
well, if it ever came to that, I mean, it would have to be. Have you guys seen there's several of these videos, but there's one, this guy's trying to get off an elevator and this bitch just loses her mind and starts like just wailing on him.
Yeah.
No.
And he just takes it. He takes it and just walks away.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have. There would
No,
have been
he
a
shouldn't
knee to her
have.
crotch right there. Like her mound would have been bruised for a week.
Yeah, you can't let women do. So I understand the whole don't hit women, but you also can't let yourself be beaten on.
Yeah,
Of course not.
You know, I've dealt with a lot of people with, let's say, craziness.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if some PCP addict or something comes at you, you're going to have to knock them out because you can't play by those rules. You know, so a chick on high on drugs has got a really good chance of fucking your shit up because shuts off the pain receptors and the ability to determine whether or not they actually want to hurt you. Most people, when they hit you, they don't really want to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But some people, either under the influence or just psychopaths, don't have that. And they will hit you full force. And that's a much different thing. But I assume everybody that tries to fight with me is trying to kill me.
Well, it seems to me there's a certain subset of women that I've seen lately who, and you know, I guess it goes back. I've seen them my whole life, but they just seem more apparent these days, and maybe that's because of the internet. But who revel in the fact that they know men won't hit them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they will beat the fuck out of a dude. And the guy's just standing there like not doing anything, and people actually end up cheering her on.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Especially domestic violence, like the guy is going to go to jail if there's a fight.
Sure.
It's very rarely the women that get arrested.
Well, and look, my whole life, women have hit me playfully, and I have no problem with that. I never like hit a.
Yeah, that's different.
I never like she hit me, so I clock her. No, but if a woman hit me with violent intentions, she's gonna end up on her ass.
Yeah.
Damn it, Dana! Don't tap me on the shoulder, bitch.
Right. Yeah, she's gonna end up on her ass. And like I said, I wouldn't react that same way to a guy. If a guy hits me, my intention becomes to inflict violence upon them.
Yeah.
I want to hurt you if you hit me. But with a woman, like, get your ass off me. Sit the fuck down. Sit your little bitch ass down.
Well, thankfully, we don't live in a society where we have to do stuff like that very often. It's, you know, you're not in a physical confrontation very often.
Backscan says, wait, if a woman was trying to stab you, would you hold back then? Probably still, yeah. I would find it very hard to punch a woman in the face. I have no problem doing it to a dude. The only reason I wouldn't punch a guy in the face is because it'll hurt your hand, and it's much easier to get a nice gut shot, which
Aim for the throat or the solar plex. It's easiest.
yeah, you hit somebody in the stomach when they're not expecting it, they will go down quick. But anyway, I was just wondering you guys' thoughts on that because yeah, I think it's dangerous to teach not to hit women. How about don't hit women first? That's my rule.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't hit anybody else if they hit you first. That's my mantra.
Yeah, the best scenario is you de-escalate the situation before violence has to occur.
Sure.
Because nobody wants to get in a fight. Winning hurts. Yes, I know you sometimes enjoy a good brawl, monkey, but
I do.
Violence is, you know, there's no winners most of the time. You're going to end up hurting yourself. Either your hand gets hurt or you're going to get your ass kicked or whatever. It's not the optimal result of any situation.
No, very rarely are you going to get those good ones where you have a nice little brawl and then you and the guy afterwards are sitting there bleeding like, let's go get a drink.
Yeah, it's usually it escalates into something further, or you end up, you know, the cops get involved, whatever. It doesn't work very well. It's not the ideal resolution. So I'd prefer to avoid a fight if I can, but there are times you can't.
But I like to fight. Anyway.
Yeah. There's that too.
We got to go back to CNN for a minute. I forgot about this stupid ass article. In May 2014, Donald Trump told an Irish television station that he would absolutely release his tax returns if he entered the presidential race. Okay.
Changed his mind. Tough luck.
They're still whining about that shit.
They're going to keep whining about it. Like, nobody
didn't he release
cares.
like a 2008 one or something like that? I swore he like released something.
No, he didn't. Rachel Maddow got a hold of him.
Oh, okay.
She had a huge expose where we got a hold of Trump's taxes, and it turned out to be like from 2005, some shit like that, and she just ended up looking like a complete douche because Rachel Maddow is a complete douche.
Yeah, that was the biggest nothing.
It was so funny, man. They had pumped that up so much, it was trending all over Twitter, and then it came out what it was, and people were like, "Oh, yeah, that's stupid."
Yeah.
She played herself. And the bad part is she knew what it was going into it. If she had just, we don't have Trump's newest tax returns, but we have dug up some of his old ones.
So she shifted.
Yeah, she totally
clickbaited. It was clickbait. Let's see. What else we have? Oh, this one. Yesterday was Columbus Day, or Indigenous People Day if you're a dickhead.
No, it's just Columbus Day.
If I ran a retail establishment again on Columbus Day, I'd be like, in honor of Columbus Day, we're giving out free blankets.
That'd be great.
Matt Walsh should tweet it out. The Aztecs would literally rip the beating heart out of your chest, cut you into pieces, eat your limbs, then take your children as slaves. Columbus was playing patty cake compared to them. It was a brutal time. Nobody's hands were clean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree.
Nope.
But then Hannah, somebody I don't care about, tweeted this out in response. Right, that's Jack too. Don't do that. And also, we, white Europeans, viewed non-white humans as less than human and murdered them en masse in the name of Jesus in England and Spain and the U.S. We murdered tens of thousands. So acknowledge how bad that was.
No.
How about this? How about we acknowledge it was a different time? How about that? How about we acknowledge that by today's standards, what happened way back then, yes, it's absolutely horrible. But by their standards, wasn't so much. It's called, we've gotten civilized. That doesn't mean we have to spend the rest of our lives beating ourselves up over shit we had nothing to do with. I don't know about any of you, but I've never killed an Indian.
I mean, I've played games where I've killed Indians.
Never killed anyone.
I've never enslaved a people. I've never treated anyone as less than human. My favorite part about this is where she says white Europeans viewed non-whites as humans. They viewed each other as not human.
Yeah.
There was a great thing I saw the other day about the Irish and how they were treated, and it made me laugh because I am Irish, right? But whoever it was, they pulled up cartoons from the day, and you know how the Irish were depicted? As monkeys.
Yep.
As absolute monkeys. That's not treating them as less than human, right? And when it comes to being white, you don't get a whole lot whiter than the Irish. You can't even let those fuckers go out in the sun. They will spontaneously combust.
They produce the most gingers. They're white.
Yeah. We can all look back on that time and go, yes, it was horrible, without going, so we must flog ourselves for eternity because of it.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I'm not an immortal wandering the earth forever. No.
You're not a McLeod?
No, I am neither a Highlander nor am I the wandering Jew.
Lame.
I know, right?
I was
It's
hoping one
that
day
or
we'd have
vampirism.
our gathering, and I would take your head, and I'd be, more powerful for it. And I gotta wait.
Yeah, I'm not good at sword fighting either. So
I am, and I want to actually use it someday without killing anybody, and that's impossible because it's a sword. Goddamn it, I can dream, can't I?
I understand.
Oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
We were talking about Highlander.
Yeah, I was ignoring you. Anyway, I guess there was something else I was going to say there that I completely.
We were talking about the skank saying that white people are evil because of sin.
No, dude, I know what we were talking about. It was one of those shoot off things. It wasn't entirely connected.
Oh, okay.
No, you're fine. I was waiting for you guys to finish because you guys were having a conversation, which is fine. And this is why I should leave notes for myself.
This also proves that if we start talking about a movie, it might end like poorly, so we need to be reined in a little bit.
No, you're fine. Look, believe me, if it was an important thought, it would still be here.
Fight at nickel every time I said that. It turned out to be like, you left little Timmy at the school again.
Yes, Sean, that does make me feel better. I vicariously have stabbed someone through you.
What?
He says he stabbed his brother with a sword. Brother-in-law, sorry.
Did he deserve it, though?
I hope so, because otherwise I feel bad about endorsing it.
That's life.
Let's see. Ilihan Omar.
Ilihan.
She's reminding us that
that
Max,
incest is Wincest?
No, she's not talking about banging her brother right now.
Oh,
Max Kennerly, I think is how you say this. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Says the White House announced on October 16th, quote, Turkey will soon be moving forward with its long-planned operation into northern Syria, end quote. And, quote, Turkey will now be responsible for all ISIS fighters in the area captured over the past 2 years, end quote. That's a green light. Because there's arguments that the White House greenlit Turkey to do what it did.
No, they just got out
responds.
of the way. Like, look, it's your mess now. Have fun.
As I keep saying, that place is a shithole. That area is going to be a shithole for probably the next 1,000 years, whether we do anything or not.
Yeah, there's like 1 million tribes in that entire region. You're not going to unify them all. They're not going to rally around the same thing. It's a big cluster, and we don't need to be in the middle of it when they start warring with each other.
Well, this is what Ilhan goes, disgraceful. By now, everyone in the America, she actually says that, in the America, and around the world understands we can't trust a word that comes from this White House. One, you shouldn't trust a word just because it comes from somebody. That would be the democratic thing to do, you stupid cunt.
Yeah.
But more importantly, Ilhan and her squad mates were talking about getting us out of Syria not too long ago. But even with that, the White House saying Turkey is going to go ahead with its plans. For all we know, that conversation between Trump and Erdogan, or however you say his fucking name, was the president of Turkey going, look, we're going to do this whether you're there or not.
Yeah.
In which case, Trump had two choices: pull out or send in a force to keep the Turkish out.
Yeah, and they're NATO allies, so that's going to cause all kinds of problems.
Yeah, I'm so tired of hearing he abandoned our allies. No, it was allies about to fight allies.
Yeah, there's no winning. And no matter what he did, it was wrong. But I have a solution to these whiners.
Is it a final solution?
It might be.
Woo.
See, what he should do is fire his press secretary and appoint Melania. So every time she talks, if they call her out on anything, she could be like, you're not believing a woman, and I'm an immigrant. You're anti-immigrant.
Well, Sarah Sanders was a woman, so they didn't care about that. So maybe with the immigrant angle, that would work.
Yeah, plus she's pretty hot, so.
Hey, look, I'd have tapped Sarah.
No, man. Gross.
I liked how her one eye was lower than the other one.
Yeah, so did JF Garpy. No, Melania's smoking though. She speaks like 5 languages too, so you're not going to get a fast one on her.
Right. What else do we have here? Oh, another CNN one. Are y'all ready for some news?
Go for it.
Always.
2 years ago, Target said it would raise its minimum wage to $15 an hour by the end of 2020. But some store workers say the wage increases aren't helping because their hours are falling, making it hard to keep their health insurance or pay their bills.
Well, pick
Dumbasses.
one. You can't have it both.
It's almost like some of us warned that would happen.
Yeah. You're not going to get a middle class lifestyle working at Target unless you're a manager.
Um,
The only reason I stay in the field I'm in because I'm a manager and I get decent money.
Yeah.
The only reason Target raised it to 15 is because that's what the loud ass moronic protesters had decided was the wage they had to have. And so they decided to play with the media narrative and those leftist morons. And so they went with this number, which made no business sense at all.
You know what's great is that, yeah, just as Evil just mentioned, I was about to say it, is that with all the increase beyond that, they're going to get more automatic checkout things and self-checkout things, so they're going to be superfluous anyway. And all you're going to have is stalkers and the occasional guard to make sure you're not taking shit.
Yep.
Yeah, Andrew Yang, he's running on the $1,000 stipend because of automation. You know what's going to cause that faster than anything else? Raising labor prices to the point where it is cheaper to get robots and kiosks and that sort of thing than it is to hire people.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these people don't understand the concept of cost benefit analysis.
Right.
And that's what gets me. It's like, how stupid are you? Have you ever had a job? Because if you did, you would realize that at some point you're too expensive.
Yep.
No, the problem is a lot of them have had jobs but have never been in any kind of managerial role. Because if all you have, okay, I know lots of people like this when I worked at Walmart. You see the money coming in, right?
Yeah.
And you pay no attention to labor costs, no attention to freight costs, no attention to freight movement. They have no idea about any of this stuff. Oh, hey, Pat. How you doing,
What up,
Pat?
y'all?
What
Oh, I'm good. Huh?
Yeah, Pat.
Sorry, I didn't know you'd been invited in. Somebody
I
didn't
did.
tell me he was doing it,
I was going to do it, but we got lost in a tangent.
or I would have been looking out for you, Pat. I'm sorry I left you sitting there so long. How you been, man?
I'm good right now. Just woke up about an hour ago, about to be to work in a couple hours, but I got time when he.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, always a pleasure to have you on the show. Like I said, I just didn't know you were coming. Thanks for making me look like an ass, Dax.
He wasn't back there that long.
No, I just popped up about a minute ago.
Well, if I hadn't have been looking at chat at that moment, I wouldn't have known then either.
I was going to mention it, but we were talking.
It's
Pat is more important than our topic of conversation.
I mean, that's true. I apologize,
Dude,
Pat.
you interrupted with the Highlander earlier,
The
but you
Highlander,
can't interrupt me for Pat.
for the record, Endgame was the worst Highlander movie.
Okay.
And I say that over two.
But no, the problem is these people, they don't have any experience in business. There's a difference from working somewhere and actually knowing how the business runs. And so you have all these people, look, they made so much money. Obviously, they can give us more. Like, okay, are we talking profit or are we talking gross? Because those are different.
If I were the workers fighting for 15, I'd ask for shares in stock.
What they should have been doing is asking, you should have just shut the fuck up. You know, maybe $1 or $2. All right. But in a lot of these cases, you're going from minimum wage, which is what, $7.50?
Sounds about right.
Something like that, up to $15. So doubling your wage costs. Which, by the way, guys, that doesn't just increase the amount of money that they have to pay you. It also increases their share of payroll taxes, which nobody ever pays attention to. Rembrandt says 725. So over double, more than double. Yeah, it's fucking.
You know what happens when this happens? You have to prove that you're more valuable than the person next to you. And now there's going to be less people to help you, and you're going to have to, hoist more of the load on your own.
You ever notice how few people you can find working in a dollar store?
Oh, Jesus.
You know why? Because they don't have the money to hire more people.
Yeah, speaking of dollar store, like, did you hear the story about that?
Yeah, that was some bullshit right there.
What's up? I'm not sure I heard.
Thinking like it was like when in Greensboro, like a dude went in trying to rob like
Oh, yes,
the
yes,
Dollar General
yes.
store,
Yeah.
and so what he failed to realize that the guy, hell shit, he had a gun himself too, so so he shot the guy. So they had the guy's brother and sister on there, and she made a complete ass out of herself. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, the sister was on camera for the news and actually said, talking about her brother, he had
Hmm.
some responsibility, but not all responsibility. She actually
Yeah.
said those words. I
Talking
was like,
about, like, yeah, he was robbing your store. Oh well, you should have called the police. Talking about you shouldn't have had a gun. I'm like, oh my
yeah,
god. And you could tell when they cut her off where she was about to, where she's really finna say something really like stupid right there. And I'm like, I know my family is like when they saw that right there, they're like, what the this
yeah,
bitch dog.
that was dumb as fuck, man. And look, I get it. She just lost her brother and all that,
Mm.
but it is 100% his fault.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And then it turned out like they looked into it, and he's suspected to have been involved in, I think, 4 other robberies in the area. Yeah, good job. Look, I'm sorry you lost your brother. I am, because that's got to suck. Well,
Like what Matt Christensen said, though, is like, how much money are you really going to get from a dollar store?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Most of it goes into a drop safe. I mean, you can't have a whole lot in there anyway.
Yeah, you're going to get like $100 at best.
Yeah, that, and when you're taking like a risk doing this right here, you never know what you're gonna run up on. Unfortunately, hey, he ran up on somebody who was ready for him, and
Yeah.
so it's like, hey, he chose his fate. That's all on him.
Yep.
Yeah,
Play stupid games, get stupid prizes.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I threw the link to the video in the side chat there for everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Now, what it is, because I've been pushing like this, like Black Lives Matter, and like that people can't really protect themselves, especially like like stores and all that right there. They shouldn't be able to have a gun. Why? So it's easy to rob them and things like that. That's probably what
Yep.
old boy thought.
It's just stuff. Yeah, until they bring in their own gun and they accidentally misfire and it kills a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Now, look, if you are ever robbed at a store, you just give them whatever they want.
Oh yeah, that's what insurance is for. People don't ever be the hero if you can absolutely avoid to take a risk.
Yeah. However, you have, the bigger gun behind there and aim and everything. It's not your fault if you kill them. It's theirs. It's what they
Yeah,
get for trying to rob you.
and according to them, like the clerk was allowed to have the gun. So
Yep.
hey,
Good.
There was nothing illegal about what happened there from
Mhm.
the clerk's point of view. It was all believe it or not, it was the criminal's fault.
Who would have
Exactly.
thought?
And that's what it is, like the family, especially those two in that in that interview right there, they just don't want to, hold him responsible for what he did.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a growing problem for me in society is people not taking responsibility for what they're doing and other people not recognizing that somebody did something wrong. It's
Mhm.
always everybody's an angel. No.
Let's see. Next up, we have the Crippled Scholar is her name over here on the Twitter machine, who has decided that we are replacing an ableist term with the term dead angle.
Dead angle. So funny.
It means a spot in your periphery you can't see or an area not covered by CCTV. You all probably already know what term I'm replacing, so I'm not even going to tell you. Dead angle. Use it until other people conform.
Like
For those
blind spot.
blind spot, yes, we got to get rid of blind spot because it's ableist.
Oh my God. It's
Oh,
not like you're
God.
talking about a dog named Spot that can't see. You're not singling one person out. It literally means something you can't see. That's so fucking dumb.
Well, I want to bring attention to this one point. You probably already know the term I'm replacing. Bitch, you don't get to make that you're not the arbiter of the English language.
But they are in the world of snowflakes. When you are a unique and individual snowflake, you are a special person, and you get to decree from on high, from your moral pedestal, what shall be, because everybody has told you how wonderful and smart you are. These people all need a dose of reality in the way of a kick in the pants.
And some Xanax.
Well, I look, as dumb as this is, if it hadn't been for that if she said we're replacing, at least then I'd be like, all right, she wants a movement. No, this is I'm doing it. Go fuck yourself.
And who are you and why do I care?
No.
I'm crippled too, motherfucker. Your crippledness don't mean shit to me.
Oh,
Is
you
her
gotta love it.
crippledness being retarded?
I don't know. I looked her up to find out who the fuck she is, and what was it? Hang on, I want to find it again. Quick Google search. Where was it? Where's that article? Let's talk about disability and periods.
Oh, God.
Yay!
Disability, periods, and alternative menstrual products.
That's exactly what we need to be talking about. Let's discuss.
Oh, Lord, one of those period fetishes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a story on Twitch about her. Be advised, blue checkmark white supremacy smasher is leading the charge to replace blind spot with a far less ableist term. Like, shut the fuck up.
It's literally a spot in which you are blind to see it. It is a blind spot. A dead angle is impossible to see around due to the geometry of the area.
But you have to remember, most people aren't blind anymore. They're vision impaired. Good night, nuts. Have a good sleep, sweetheart.
Night, nuts.
Night nuts.
No, they're not impaired. Remember, we're being absolutely unfair to them. They are great, powerful people, and it's not a disability. It's something you should never want to ever cure ever.
Well, that article that says let's talk about disability periods and alternative menstrual products. It's basically an ad for this thing called Thinx. 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 And there's an ad up. Thinx now makes menstrual panties. They're the people who make this shit.
Oh, the period diapers. Got it.
The period diapers, yes. Well, they have a commercial out right now that you can find on YouTube. Where the first 45, 49 seconds of this minute-long ad, it's all guys having their period, including there's one part where they show a guy walking in just his underwear and he has a tampon string hanging out of his underwear. There's a scene. Yeah, there's a scene where one man is passing a tampon under a shower, a bathroom stall to another man. And at the end of it, it says something to the effect of, if we all thought about periods, maybe it wouldn't be so taboo or some stupid shit like that.
It's not taboo. It's just a disgusting byproduct of being a human.
Taboo is the wrong word. I don't want to misquote them, but maybe we wouldn't care about it so much or some stupid shit like that. Yeah, you know what? I actually did look it up. I'll put it in chat because it should be in my history here.
As a guy, I've gone to the store plenty of times and bought like pads for people who aren't even related to me. I don't give a shit.
All right, here's the link, and I'll throw the video because we can't hear video on here, right?
We've never tried. I don't think.
Well, when I play one through, I don't think they can hear it. But here.
Oh, you mean young boys? I thought you were going to talk about somebody older than that.
No, it's all different. This is the kid who's first getting his period. See, he doesn't understand what's going on with his body.
So, like the fact that he's a girl.
Dad, why all of a sudden am I bleeding out my man slit?
Look, he's checking to make sure you can't see it. Look, his tampons or his pads just fell out.
It's like watching a male feminist training video.
Yeah. This is what that woman works for. See, here's the great one. Look at that. See that tampon string hanging out? Yeah. See, he just got his period. His dad loves him for it. And that's her in her period panties.
Ew. The ending of this made me uncomfortable. Why would you do this?
Well, what you guys missed right there, I'll give you the dialogue. At the end there where they're kissing and they stop for a second, he says to her, I'm on my period, to which she says, I am too.
And they're about to do nasty things. They're going to be caught red-handed.
Oh, see, I pictured that dialogue going much differently. She's like, I'm on my period. It's time to earn your red wings. And he's like,
God.
yes, ma'am.
But that's the kind of stuff that old cripple chick, Miss Blindspot, is promoting.
Thanks for thoughts. That's what it says.
Yeah.
Thinks. And here's what she failed to understand. Guys don't care about that shit.
We don't.
No.
I don't. I've never once cared. The only thing that bothers me is like, if you don't have a pad, you're wearing white and you're sitting on my white couch.
The only time I worry about a period is when I'm trying to have sex and she says I'm on a period. Well, shit, no sex for a fucking week.
Right, yeah.
There's always Pornhub. We're fine.
Danger says we need to make periods like crapping because everyone talks about that, right?
Oh, God. The Quaid man said Red Wings give you bull.
We only have to talk about disgusting bodily fluids and such when it's a woman's disgusting bodily fluids. It can only be done by a woman.
Yeah, I don't know why that's empowering. I don't want to talk about anybody's bodily fluids. It's gross.
If you had a colostomy bag, I don't want to know how you switch it out. It's none of my business. I don't want to know.
I don't care. I don't want to see it. Just move on with your day and do your normal thing. Nobody needs you to share.
I don't want to know talk about it.
Yeah.
But then again, not, go ahead.
I got other shit to do,
Yeah, but then again, like I said, we've been hearing about women parents all throughout our life, especially with all these Tampax commercials and things like that. And that's what it is. We're always hearing about women's problems. You never hear about guys and things like that, on the story. Well, they do have those erectile dysfunction and shit like that. But it's like, other than that, you never hear about, like a guy just basically, like, oh man, like I said, my biggest problem is jock itch.
Right.
Yeah. Like, okay, so you get the not so fresh feeling summer's eve things.
Yes.
You never get a video of a kid going up to his dad going, Dad, how do I get jizz stains out of my Playboys?
Right. The pages are stuck.
There's a product I want to pitch on Shark Tank. The jizz remover.
Right?
No woman wants to hear about a guy blowing a load in his pants. Why do they think we want to hear about their bodily fluids? Well, it's empowerment. This is what it comes down to. See, do you remember during the Olympics, the last Summer Olympics, there was that swimmer?
Which one?
It was a female swimmer, and she was notable because she swam during her period.
So
I think she was
vaguely remember that.
Yeah, it was a giant story because she swam while on her period. Like,
who cares?
Women get their periods trail all the time. Literally, from the time they have their first one until menopause, women have a period almost every month, depending on, different medical conditions or different medications they're on. Yeah. But enough to the point where it's not a big deal if women do something on their period.
Well, it only matters if you're, because she's swimming in a chlorine-filled pool. You're perfectly fine. They dump tons of that shit in there. Now, it would matter if you were in that movie Pitch Black with Vin Diesel, where the aliens could smell blood.
Or I love that line too when he goes to Jack. Like, yeah, the girl's bleeding. Oh, I'm not cut. What are you talking about? No, her.
Yeah. Or if you're out in the ocean trying to tread water after a boating accident and you're floating on debris, and the chick next to you is like, by the way, you're free for the sharks.
It's like, well, you're on your own, bitch. Push her away. Let the tide take her.
Yeah.
Probably better than swimming with the runs. It probably is, absolutely. But
it depends on shark-infested waters.
the point being, they made such a big deal out of it because, oh my God, a woman did something on her period. All right. And, oh, it's empowering she did it on her period. Oh, so it wouldn't have meant as much if she'd won the race not being on her period?
I've gone swimming with a boner. That doesn't make me empowered.
In fact, it'll help you steer.
Yeah, it's like a rudder.
But anyway, yeah. So I saw that ad today. I think it was Wayne Dupree who had wrote an article about it. So I went and watched. I'm like, oh my God, that's ridiculous.
Man.
And then I saw Cripple Girl was a spokesperson for him. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
So Pat, you regretting coming on yet, or?
Oh no, man! I know I'm monkey in the morning.
Next up on the docket, we have ABC News.
Is this what I think it is? Because fuck these guys.
Probably.
Yay.
Sunday, ABC News was doing a story on a Turkish attack in northern Syria against Kurdish civilians.
It's terrible. Mm-hmm. So many bullets were flying.
They had video. Except it turns out the video is actually from 2017 at a gun show
in Kentucky. God, I love how they're freaking. What was it? Like one of the representatives comes out and says, "Yeah, no, that was from the backyard. We go there all like every year."
Yeah, it was literally fake news.
Have yet to see an apology.
Well,
it's not fake news, monkey. It's selectively edited.
Dax, they did apologize. Where's it at?
I want to see them on their hands and knees going, "Oh my God, we did what exactly said we weren't."
Yeah, good luck on that.
Yeah, no.
Have you seen the Project Veritas's thing coming out about CNN?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
I've yet to watch it, but I'm aware.
Pretty interesting.
Real quick, before we get on to Project Veritas, what ABC said was, we've taken the video down that aired on World News Tonight Sunday. Good Morning America this morning and Good Morning America this morning that appeared to be from the Syrian border immediately after questions were raised about its accuracy. ABC News regrets the error. Now, I want to hit on this for just a second though, because they said they took down this video that appeared to be from the Syrian border.
My ass.
It's not like there was a sign Syria 500 miles this way or something. It was just a video of shit blowing up. That's it.
And tracer rounds.
It appeared to be from the Syrian border. What made it appear to be from the Syrian border, sir?
The editing.
Right. Do I have a copy of the video I can share with? Well, yeah, it's in this Gizmodo. The best part was that Gizmodo was giving them fucking shit for this. Like, you got pwned by Gizmodo. How'd that feel?
Yeah.
But you can watch the video, and then if you scroll down, they actually have the side to side. Because in the original version, you actually see a whole bunch of people watching this,
right?
Because it's a show. But in the one that the one that appeared to be from Syria, they cut off the bottom part of it so you can't see the people.
Even if you don't care about the politics, take a look at it because this is really awesome to watch.
Plus, it's funny to see yet another fake news story. Speaking of fake news, yes, let's move on to Project Veritas.
Before we do that,
before you do that, like, what up?
Do you have a Streamlabs, man?
No, yeah, it starts on here. You should get one.
I say, who's gonna donate to me, man?
Oh, thank you,
surprised, dude.
I'm not worth donatable to.
Well, that's what I thought, too,
mister.
So, yeah, you got to get into it and just realize that it's just like, let it happen, because they want to do it. They're gonna find a way to do it, and after a while, you feel super appreciated,
and you can use some extra money.
I think about it.
Yeah.
I said, before we move on to that, like I said, well, if ABC was really smart, they could have did what Alyssa did, just basically talk about the story and say, well, we have video, but we're not going to show it because it's too, it's too nauseating.
I want to talk about the Alyssa thing, but we can do the Veritas stuff first.
Well, real quick, Harbo says, did you know you can't rewind the stream while it's still live? For some reason, it makes it fast forward on regular play. That must be some new shit they've done because that didn't used to be the way it was. And I don't have it set up any different than ever. So sorry about that. It's like the like button. It's like there's a lot of shit going wrong with YouTube right now. Reportedly, they instituted a new algorithm this weekend that just fucked everything up. So we'll see. Sorry about that. I apologize. It's not something I can fix. Let's finish with Alyssa while we're still on the ABC thing, and then we'll get to Veritas.
Okay, so you know all about that whole thing where that lady was bringing her kid back from wherever, and it was supposedly dead, and all that good jazz.
Mm-hmm. No,
yeah. No, you hadn't seen that? Oh my god. Yeah. So I can't remember these specifics because I'm just laughing how fake it is. Some woman had taken her child and definitely had drugged this child. There's no way not to, because they're claiming the kid was dead, but if you look at the kid's eyes, several times throughout the whole, this is what happened because Trump was a bastard, blah blah blah. And no, the kid's blinking.
Yeah, the kid is actually blinking.
Yeah,
he moves his head occasionally. Yeah, they don't. They might have an involuntary muscle spasm if it was minutes ago, but this is supposed to be. I brought my daughter home from this because of this. Go fuck yourselves. You're fucking stupid. You're fucking lying, and all she's doing is doubling down on it.
Mm-hmm.
E-Dog says there's another fake Syrian scene of a mother and her dead kids that was actually from an earthquake in Turkey in 2017.
I remember that earthquake.
Man, they must have had a lot of 2017 footage laying around.
Right.
Hey, now, like, where can we use this? Yeah, so it's like, Alyssa, she had tweeted out about this whole entire thing, but what she said, like, she's not going to put the video up because it's nauseating. So when I went and watched the video and I saw it right there, I'm like, no, that's the reason why you ain't putting the video up, because it's already been debunked as fake. So the thing is, me and I think a lot of other people had tweeted out the video too and things like that, and of course, we got reported, and they was going to hit me with a 7-day, but I played Twitter, What I did is, though, is like I said, how you can what's the word for it? How you can shit, I can't think, man. I'm this morning. But how you can counter that how you can counter that ban and all that right there. So I did I played the race card. Yeah, appeal. Thank you. Shit, I'm dumb. So I played the race card things like that, and guess what? I'm still on Twitter. You motherfuckers are so goddamn gullible. It was dirty, but I just did just to see what they do. And the surprise, man, they're like, oh shit, we're about to censor a black guy. Let him go.
I may or may not have told Twitter that I was black once.
I bet it worked.
I won't confirm nor deny that, but it might have happened. For the record, I didn't get a ban that time either. It was overturned. Oops. Nice. I mean, allegedly it was overturned.
Alleged, yes.
Black cleavage, Joe.
No, but this little girl had I think it's a little girl. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's a little girl. The child, how about that? The color is fine. The only thing it just looked stoned out of its mind, and they do that often. While they're working on say on the streets or something like that, they'll drug their kid so much that the kid's not going to move and it's going to sit there and they won't have to worry about the kid, and then they'll go do whatever business they have to do. And I'm not talking necessarily prostitution, just day workers, whatever. And this is a common practice over there. They've drug up their kids so they don't have to put up with
them. Yeah, I'm trying to find her tweet, but I can't find it. I know which one you guys are talking about. Whereas I won't put this up. Alyssa. Oh, here it is. There are extremely graphic videos from Syria that people are sending me. Too graphic to post. Trump is derelict in his duty as president. I didn't realize he was president of Syria. Trump gave Turkey permission to slaughter our close allies. You mean like Turkey? Trump has long-time business ties with Turkey, which he's had since he's been in office. None of your points make any sense, you crazy bitch. Oh, God. Anyway. Oh, my God.
Scrappy, you're evil. I see that.
But it's Alyssa Milano. She said that people are just going to be like, oh, my God, she's so right.
I love how she's so worried about this dead child, but she killed 2 of her own.
Yeah, exactly. I pointed that out too. Like, really, somebody I'm saying somebody who shouted her abortion and things like that all of a sudden cares about children.
Well, I want to show this real fast. This was just sent to me. It is footage, ABC footage of Turkish troops crossing into Syria. That is fucking awesome. I
people,
think
they come
Harbos
home.
shared that. Thank you. So yeah, let's get into Project Veritas because this was interesting today. Did you see the long version, Jack, or just the?
I just caught clips of it.
Yeah, it's part one, and it's I want to say almost half an hour long. It's this guy who works at CNN, and he's worked there for a while apparently, and he decided to wear a camera and mic inside CNN for Project Veritas. And he catches a lot of interesting things on camera. It's like most of the Project Veritas videos where several of the scenes are somebody sitting in a bar talking about things.
Yeah.
Which those ones to me, they're not as important as the other stuff because that's just a couple of guys who, okay, maybe that's just their opinion of what's going on, right? But then he's got audio of what's his name, Jeff Zucker,
something like that,
Mr. Zucker, whatever, the guy who runs CNN, basically ordering them, look, we're just going to go after Trump. Doesn't matter what else is going on, go after Trump. I'm not surprised by the footage. I won't lie, because I just figured that was what was going on there anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it is an interesting take on it. It's an interesting take on what's going on inside her. Because I forget who it was, but somebody's like, this isn't just them lying. This is actual interference in our election. This is trying to fix our election.
Yeah. And
it was Razor Fist. That's who it was.
A lot of the bigwigs of these tech companies are doing the same thing. It's election meddling, and
exactly
they're going to get away with it.
Yeah, I want to find his see if I can find his exact wording because it was very well put. Because we're not just talking about editorial discretion.
No,
this is what he says. He goes, "This isn't bias. This is institutional interference in the electoral process." Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of shit that our press isn't supposed to do. They're supposed to look. There's always going to be bias, but as I mentioned yesterday when we read about that chick who wrote the book that I should have wrote, apparently, 2016, they just threw away any pretense of fairness. They're just like, fuck it, fuck Donald Trump. And you know what? I could probably get along or go along with a lot more of the fuck Donald Trump stuff if I didn't have to defend him so much because they're a bunch of lying shitbags.
Yeah. Like you can't give honest criticism about him because there's too much nonsense out there. Mm-hmm. So you have to clear out the bull crap before actually getting to it, and they just keep shoveling it on.
Hayden says you can be partisan and still remain objective. It is possible. You can be as objective as you can be, but I still think you'll still see, you're still going to see things colored based on your biases. It's impossible not to. You can still do your best to present both sides or to be fair, but you're still going to have. I don't know many people who can be unbiased, but the way they've treated Trump, man. The number of times we've had to go out and go, this is a flat out fucking look at Anderson Cooper with the rape chick, man. We finally got him. He's raped 15 other people. That's what he told us. 15 other credible rape accusations or sexual assault accusations. He called them credible. You know what the majority of those accusations are? That Trump tried to kiss me.
Mm-hmm.
But how did he report it? Credible accusations of sexual assault. While he had a woman up there who was so fucking crazy, he actually had to cut the interview off and not bring her back, even though he said he would.
But he's really nice to talk to.
Yeah, really nice. You're really nice to talk to. Yeah, don't be alone with that bitch, Anderson.
Yeah. Even though he's gay, he's not going to save you.
Yeah, because that's the one that goes back to what's the word? The bullshit rape allegation in the high-end retail store in New York back in the 80s.
Oh, that one ugly chick that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
Yep.
Woo.
Where he supposedly got his dick up into her with her pantyhose only pulled partially the way down and her standing upright. That ain't how dicks work.
No.
That's not how vaginas work.
Well, maybe it's how hers works, but you know.
I mean, yeah, maybe she's got a birth defect and hers is up higher than most of them. Or maybe it's just really big. But anyway, yeah. Of those 15 credible sexual assault allegations that Anderson told us about, yeah, the vast majority of them are Trump tried to kiss me. That's it. By that standard, then they do need to go after Biden for sexual assault.
Yeah, I
many
mean,
people he sniffed.
Yeah, so CNN, I am interested to see how this Project Veritas thing is received. I think for the most part it'll be ignored because CNN will have a hard time explaining it and nobody else wants to. I don't think any other news organization can report on it, and maybe Fox, maybe, but how any of them can report on it and not have to explain how their own newsrooms have acted exactly the same way. Because we've just seen that over and over again from the entirety of the news media. How many of those fuckers jumped on the Kavanaugh bullshit?
Yeah.
Jumped in both feet, man. How many of them? Oh God, every time you turn around, you hear some horrible story about Trump, and then they're having to pretend they never told that story. If you know your bias, you make sure you do things like pass the story on to someone else or get a opposing view. I mean, I suppose that can work. I think you can still tell a mostly unbiased story. I just think that there's still, even in unbiased reporting, what you might consider unbiased reporting, you can find wording in there where it's like, oh, you're on that side, or oh, you're on this side. But they can still tell an honest story. That's all I'm looking for. Tell an honest story. I look, and when it comes to somebody like Hannity or even Maddow, I don't expect them to be honest. They tell us out front that they're not news people. Those are commenters. But then you have somebody like Don Lemon who absolutely takes himself serious as a journalist, as a newsman.
That biased motherfucker. God.
Biased piece of shit. Yeah, and he comes up in the Project Veritas video. Him specifically, they talk about how he like has a boner for Trump, man, and not the good kind, not the kind that he has for random guys in bars. Not the I'm gonna wipe my ball sweat on your mustache.
It's
kind.
lemon juice.
Lemon juice. I apologize. Have I checked the hashtag? No, of course not. Why would I do that on a show where I have a hashtag? Let's see. Of course, beautiful women sent in from the Ass Crack team. What's this? Oh, that's a woman with a nice ass. That's. See, she has a cute ass, but it kind of jiggles a little bit, and then you can see that that's a fat chick who put on pants that were a little too small for her.
Oh, sometimes it look good. It depends on what I'm saying. It depends on the chick. You know?
Well, I
Like,
consider that to be
like,
lying. That's lying. I'm just throwing
it's all right. One size too small, but when you try to get them beyond that, like, all right, come on now, really?
Are you suggesting the theory about a plane flying into a black hole is not news? Yes, I am. Because that was such nonsense, man. I can't believe anybody takes Don Lemon seriously.
Well, to be fair, we don't know what the reptilians were up to that weekend.
That's true. They could have been them. But isn't he the same one who got into an argument over semi-automatic versus automatic, and then after he lost the argument, it's just semantics.
Yeah.
It's really not semantics. It's actual definitions, man. It's important distinctions. Anyhow, let's see. Officials hid nearly 120 serious incidents at New York City homeless shelters. All right. Let's see. Sorry. City officials covered up nearly 120 serious incidents at homeless shelters by downgrading their severity so they wouldn't have to be disclosed to state regulators. The DOI conducted a year-long probe into allegations that the Department of Homeless Services wasn't adequately reporting arrests and other problems to the State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance, which is responsible for making sure the facilities are safe. Excuse me. Damn it. Stop putting full-page ads on here. There were approximately 117 internal reports from January through June 2017 that contained information that should have been reported. Oh, that's pretty much it. Oh my God, it's starting to yawn again. I'm sorry, guys. What else we got going on here? Billy Porter will play the fairy godmother in the latest live-action Cinderella movie.
Who?
Billy Porter, he's the one that went to the that one gala in a dress. Oh God. Of course. Yeah, let him be this. Let him. Oh, that reminds me. I forgot to do this. Where'd it go? This one. I'm gonna share some pictures on screen, and I apologize that you guys have to see them.
Then why are you sharing them?
Well, because this is important stuff, Jack. This is Farrell, for those of you who don't know.
The fuck?
These are pictures from his GQ spread. This, for those of you who didn't know, is the new masculinity.
According
to GQ.
He looks like a banana.
He looks like a lesbian.
Wearing a banana.
I was like,
there is no way in hell. No. Who the hell you gonna see wearing that besides somebody gay?
Yeah.
well, remember, the new masculinity doesn't mean you have to actually be masculine.
You guys remember when like black guys were cool?
Yes.
Hey, some of us are still cool.
Well, I know you're cool, but like it used to be like the epitome of masculinity, like Mr. T. You know, you'd have these great role models on TV, and now it's like this dude. Seriously?
Just wait till the next Shaft is wearing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. See, again, Samuel L. Jackson, badass. Even though he's like 70.
Yeah. But no, now you have to be feminine to be masculine.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I'm telling you guys, I saw it in GQ.
Yeah, well, GQ apparently is a magazine for flamboyantly gay men.
There's a part of that article, and I'm sorry I don't have it brought up because I don't care that much, but where he talks about how he never knew this, but his songs used to help promote chauvinism.
Really?
And he's
blurred lines.
He's never gonna sing like that again.
Oh God!
Like because you're too busy trying on dresses.
Apparently. Seriously, what happened to masculinity?
They're trying to kill it. They're trying to kill it. They really are.
Man.
Shaft is the character name, not a description of the clothing style. Yeah, I saw that, and seriously, I was like, that looks like an old lesbian. That short haircut and everything he's got going on with his earrings and everything so prominent, and it's like you look like a lesbian, man.
Him and Quentin Tarantino can hang out and read you the Golden Girls.
Yeah, you know what? He would have fit in the Golden Girls wearing that. He could have been Blanche's friend. You know, he's from Virginia Beach. He went to Princess Anne High. Yes, I know who he is. I know where he went. There are a couple of big stars who've come out of Virginia Beach. There was a football player, I forget who it was, who came out of I think Kellam, and yeah. So there's not that many considering how big the place is, but yeah, I was aware he was.
Well, he's a little too old to be doing this kind of crap. This is stuff you do in your 20s to get attention. He's our age.
And that's what it is, you know. It's like trying to stay in the spotlight and things like that. You already know how Hollywood standards is right now.
Oh, that's sad. That's midlife crisis territory.
Well, that's how a lot of them are doing it right now, and I'm like, that's the really sad part. And that's the reason why. You know, I'm trying to stay relevant, so I got to go with this right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I don't think it's just trying to stay relevant. I think it's trying to. I mean, it in a way trying to stay relevant, but trying to stay relevant by jumping onto this notion that not being manly is manly. It's Jack, you remember the 90s guy, right?
Yeah.
A 90s man who was kind of a puss. And then we had the metrosexuals who were giant pusses. And now we actually have walking vaginas.
That's why the 80s was the best decade of our generation.
Yeah.
That was back when we had manly men.
Yeah,
when I was a child in there.
What was that, Pat?
As I said, I was a child during that time, man.
Well,
yeah, like the 90s, you had like your Jason Priestley's and Luke Perry's, and they just looked like pretty boys.
Wearing their skinny jeans, yeah.
Yeah. But even those guys were 10 times manlier than whatever that image was you just showed us of the weird condom banana.
They had strong jawlines and maybe wear a little stubble to make them look more masculine.
Yeah, they had a little bit of muscle tone like your yoga instructor.
Yeah.
But they didn't look like Pat because they were, kind of bitches.
Well, some guys got away with, in the 80s, got away with looking like a female and stuff like that, but they still got pussy, Prince and, Michael Jackson, even though he didn't take the pussy and things like that, it was practically being thrown at him because, hey, he could sing.
Yeah, they had a talent, though.
Wait a second. Dangerous Spaces says metrosexuals were just kind of stylish and well groomed. They didn't think, let's throw on a frock. Metrosexuals were gay and didn't know it. They were gay and just too afraid to take the penis. Bad Comic Reviews. Poison, Motley Crue. Manly. Well, actually, if you look at those guys, yes, they were wearing makeup and big hair and the leather. But they were also muscular men. They were thin, but they were muscular. And they were overtly heterosexual.
Yes. Did you see the groupies that they were getting them tearing up?
Their songs were about tapping puss. And I've never seen Vince Neil come out and go, I'm so sorry. My songs, they promoted chauvinism.
Oh.
Be a man, for fuck's sake. Stop letting white women tell you what to think.
When are we getting invaded? Sorry, Pat.
I said, like I said in Mulan, things like that, which I heard they changing that right there, like the man song. Like, really?
Yeah, let's get down to business or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the best part of that anime.
Yep.
A better description would be that gay guys can still be masculine. I've never said gay guys can't be masculine. I think they can be. I think it is sad how Hollywood portrays all gay men as flamboyant.
Yeah, I know a lot of gay dudes that aren't flamboyant.
No, I know gay dudes that you wouldn't know they were gay unless they told you.
Yeah.
Because they're just dudes.
Yeah, anyone with a gym membership has seen those guys.
Right. They're not, gay is not their persona. You know,
No, it's an aspect of their life. It's not their entire personality.
Yeah, it's like, they don't wear it on their sleeve. They're just like, I'm just a guy and things like that. But I just so happen to be, gay. So it's like,
yeah, they're not running around in bicycle shorts 3 sizes too small for them, doing twerking in front of cars for the environment.
You had to bring that image back into my damn head.
Of course I do.
I'm with Pat on that one.
That's one of them guys. If I saw right there, I probably would sweet chin his ass. Get your ass out of my goddamn.
I know, right? I might have had to tap him with my car. Like, get the fuck out of the road, man.
Get your bitch ass out.
Browncoat says we grew up looking to actual men. Well, one of the biggest criticisms I've seen of the new Rambo movie is that he's too manly. He's too 80s manly.
Yeah, isn't it great?
Yeah, I find it amazing.
They don't. They think, oh my God, I think he's supposed to talk to the terrorists. I'm sorry, they're not terrorists. They're Mexican drug lords.
Yeah,
and those don't really exist.
Yeah, I like to see them try to talk to the terrorists, see how that goes down. But instead, no. Who do they hide behind? The men.
Yeah, the real men. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if some stuff was to really go down right now, all these crazy SJWs would hide behind somebody like me.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what I hate. That's what I hate about being a patriot and things like that. Like, like when I was in the military, like, that's what I had vowed to protect, even bitch ass people like this, which I so hate so much. But hey.
Eagle says when they need a fucking man and there's none left. Jack has talked many times about how easy we'd be to take over right now.
Yeah. If we get invaded, it's going to be a nightmare.
Well, not really. Like I said, we still got, we still got the man that they don't see. Our military is really strong. Now, if they mess around and they girly up the military, yeah, we're doomed.
Yeah, but the perception being that every place is like, Portland.
Yeah,
that's what we're putting out there is like, hey, come invade us. We're a bunch of food. I can't say anything more.
Well,
and the reason why Portland
will get us in trouble.
If Mexico decided to invade, you'd have people in the U.S. going, well, why are we stopping them? Why are we fighting these people?
And those are the people I will be slapping.
And I get you, Pat. We do have a strong military. Unfortunately, a lot of them are overseas. And yeah, we could call them back, but how far in could somebody get if they really wanted to before we could actually stop them? They could make a decent push. It's down California way, especially.
Yeah, that's what worries me though, is that we keep putting this out there and people keep seeing it and they see it as weakness. And the more we promote this, the more it looks like we're an easy target.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I am legitimately concerned that in the very near future, somebody's going to take us up on that. And
China, excuse me.
Yeah, China, Russia, whatever. I don't fucking know. It doesn't really matter who it is.
No.
The point is that patriarchal societies are aggressive and they will conquer somebody. And if they see you as weak and effeminate, they will come knocking on your door.
And if that happens, like I'm saying, what are these snowflakes going to do? They're just going to point fingers and they're going to blame everybody else, except, like they're the ones who have caused this stuff right here,
Yeah. And they're getting older. I mean, the generation snowflake is quickly reaching close to 30.
Yeah.
And at some point, they're going to have to make a choice about what they believe. And that they're indoctrinated with all this nonsense. They'll think they can actually get a safe space during a war. Or, go up and tell their feelings and do these little idiot protests with an actual aggressive group. And they're going to get slaughtered. It's going to be disturbing. But the rest of us have to pick up all the pieces and pick up the slack for these guys. I'm getting too old for that crap. And I'm fat. I don't look like Pat. I don't have that kind of energy to do that.
Frankie O says 20 million people who shouldn't be there. You guys already are.
Yeah, there's that too.
You're not wrong. And somebody else, who was it? I'm sorry. Mr. Hugh says in Cali they will accept them as liberators. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, California would just instantly bow the fuck down because they're weak.
Oh my God.
But don't worry, the dysentery and black plague from all the poop on the streets will stop them.
Yeah, it's a shit show. Guy, there's nothing wrong with being men. That's my biggest problem with this, is the notion that if you are a manly man, a traditional manly man, that's somehow wrong. And that if you want to be a man these days, you have to look like a frail lesbian. That's not something we should be pushing on anyone, because one, it's not a natural state for men to be in. And I'm not talking about, even headspace. I'm talking our actual bodies. We're not made to look like women.
No, and I really think they're science deniers on that front.
They are.
They don't understand genetics or biology very well.
The same motherfuckers that'll tell me I'm a science denier because I want actual science when it comes to global warming have no problem telling me there's more than two sexes. Like, excuse me. Wait, look, back up. Global warming science is at this point about 40 years old, max. Serious global warming science. Biology's been around for hundreds of years. Still only vagina or penis. Sometimes somebody's born with both. They're very few and far between. And sometimes you have somebody born with a really tiny dick, or the pussy hole is shut. But they're still either men or women. We know this.
Yeah.
Keep in mind how misrepresentative. Hang on one second. Keep in mind how misrepresentative social media is of most people, and how the majority of news comes from New York, D.C., and L.A., the weirdo fringe.
Yeah, but it's still what we're putting out there. I mean, when you talk to foreigners, they've seen Jersey Shore, and they think people all over the country are like that.
I think you're seeing more and more of this, and that's the issue, is that it is more and more and more and more and more. They're not so much the fringe anymore as they're becoming the mainstream.
Yeah, we cut you off, Pat. Sorry.
No, I was just about to say, and the people who sit up here and say that there are more than two genders are just the ones that are trying to be seen as special.
Oh, I hate those people.
Oh yeah, because they got nothing to contribute to society, so they try to make stuff up just to be, hey, look how special I am.
Yeah, it's so sad, really. You're gonna be lonely all your life.
Dragon Mage says, Monkey, have you seen the tweet from Forbes recommending women travel Pakistan by themselves? Yeah, it's actually an article about this chick who has a travel vlog, and she's been all over the world, and she travels to a lot of places that women probably shouldn't travel alone, but she does it by herself because she's so strong and independent, and good for her. But according to her, the best place to travel is Pakistan, alone, as a woman.
That's a travel.
These are the kind of stories, and we talked about it on Lords of the Night the other night, Dragon. If you want to see it, I think it was on Friday. It may have been Saturday. I can't remember which, but I said at the time, this is the kind of story. That same day, I saw a story about a guy who was free climbing up a rock face, and he did it in record time in under an hour. And people cheering, yay! I'm like, yeah, that's all fine and good until he falls. It's all fine and good for her until she ends up, in a trafficking ring.
Mm-hmm. Which what that sounds like, that sounds like, she's trying to set up, like women, to, be taken by these traffic rings and things like that.
Yeah. If you want to do dangerous, stupid stuff, I mean, you're a grown ass adult. Do it, but it's not the kind of stuff that necessarily needs to be celebrated. You know what I mean? Me. Oh, look, dumbass climbed up a rock face, 100 feet, 200 feet. I don't know how fucking tall that rock was. But only with his fingers and the holds he could find in the rock. Yeah, it sounds like a good way to die.
Yeah, Jim Bean in the chat gets me. He said that's a human trafficking ad. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. But yeah, they're Forbes should do a piece encouraging white people to travel to inner Chicago. DeQuaid, man, that's funny. Good theory is she like the guy in Taken that called traffickers and said, "We have some single females." I wouldn't be surprised. Look, there are places around the world you shouldn't travel solo as a man, and you sure as fuck need to be very careful if you're doing it as a woman. Western values, they're not shared across the globe. They're just not. Smoke rocks, not climb rocks. No, Byron, we don't smoke rocks either. Guys, we're just about at the 2-hour mark, and I am getting tired. So we're going to wrap up here with Don't Smoke Rock or Climb Them. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and hanging out tonight. Thank you so much for the donations. I can't tell you how much I appreciate them and how much I appreciate you just for supporting us as you do all the time. I love you. I really do. Pat, anything you want to pimp out tonight?
I said, well, besides my last video that I did on my Your Boy Pat channel about the whole Rome Millennial Lacey Green thing that I dropped down, a couple of days ago. And if you ever get the chance, check out my new channel, that's Psycho Rick. I'm working on that real good. I'm supposed to be coming out with one, I think tomorrow.
I like that channel. You do some good work there.
Indeed. That is Psycho Rick, guys. And you can also check out there. Is that the Psycho Rick link?
Yeah, it's in the link.
Oh, cool. Okay. Anything else?
That's all.
Oh, okay. Dax, anything you want to pimp out? Dax? Did he fall asleep on stream?
Maybe.
Where'd he go?
He might have wandered off too.
Dax.
Yeah, I snuck off.
All right. So he gonna wake up later and be like, "Where'd everybody go?" He saw that picture of Pharrell, however you say his fucking name, and he had to go touch himself. Leave him alone.
He might have had an aneurysm.
Well, that's not something to put in my head. Now I'm worried about him.
Yeah, I'm here to help.
That's not helpful.
Well, it's from a certain perspective it is.
Jack, anything you want to pimp out tonight?
There's a link to one of my videos. Yeah, that's all I got.
That was the worst pimp out ever.
It's been a long day, man. It's 4 in the morning.
There's a link to one of my videos. That's all I got.
I just hit 500 subscribers.
Oh, congratulations, dude.
Yeah, I was really excited about it.
So go watch, y'all. And subscribe if you're not already. That's
go
to both.
Subscribe to Pat's channel, Psycho Rick. It's awesome.
They can subscribe to both. There's not a limit.
Both.
They should.
Let's see. Tuesday? Is that what we decided it was at the beginning of this?
I don't know.
We'll be on Scribe Light's channel tonight for Lords of the Night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're planning on doing a game stream over on 2 Cents Plus, but if Satsu doesn't get more sleep than he did today or yesterday, I don't know if it'll happen. That he was so whipped, man. You could just hear it in his voice. Poor guy. Squishy went back to work, so this was his first day with the baby by himself.
Oh, Jesus.
Oof.
From the fatherhood. Oof.
It's like,
I know that feeling.
Sleep when you can, man. Sleep with you when you can. He's like, well, I got stuff to do. Like, sleep when the baby sleeps, period.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what else is going on. Bad comic reviews. You sound fucking ecstatic. Oh,
well, I'm super happy to get 500 subscribers. That was a big deal for me. I was like, if I wanted to have that by the end of the year, or I was just gonna quit.
Well, there now you don't have to quit. Now you
Yeah.
have to keep going.
Not have more work to do. Shit.
Now I have more work to do. Don't forget, guys, down below there is a link to my Teespring store where you can pick up several different t-shirts that I make and a coffee cup, and including the recently re-released Munko Lantern shirt. So go check it out and get something nice for
damn.
yourself. By the way,
there's the alarm.
buying 100 of those are great Christmas presents. Maybe not for your family, but definitely for me. Let's see. Anything
So buy
else?
them up, y'all.
Is it time for you to get up for work?
Yeah, the alarm just went off. Now it's just tell them, so buy up all the Monkey merchandise, y'all. Shoot, support Monkey. He's a great guy.
Please do. Get something nice for you. Oh, my God. Your family that bitch you. See, guys, this is why we're winding down. I am tired as fuck tonight, man. I slept you know how my sleeping is. So I was in bed for most of the day, but I even slept some. I got like 7 hours of sleep. It was broken up, but went and did Lords of the Night and had my dinner. Well, I had dinner and then did Lords of the Night. And like halfway through the show, I just started yawning and couldn't stop. And I feel like I ain't slept in a month, even though I've been sleeping more than anybody probably should. Now, dear whatever God is out there, if you could just give me that same amount of sleep without the wake ups in between, I'd really appreciate it. Amen. I'm an agnostic Christian. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Dax, are you back?
Yeah, there's something stupid going on with my internet connection, and I don't want to talk about it.
I thought I heard you come back. Did you have anything to show?
I don't have any links ready. Just y'all know Chaos Eve. Go look at her stuff. It's awesome.
There you go.
Chaos.
P-Dog's probably going live in a few hours.
Yeah.
10 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, 10 a.m. Eastern time for Morning Night Live. So check that out. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming and hanging out. Dax, Jack, and Pat, thank you guys for joining me. That almost rhymed. Man, I get distracted easy when I'm this tired. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
I'm gonna sing you to sleep now.